This is the new Andersen A3 EV charger, which cost my client £995. So why does this cost so much, and is it worth the money? So I have come to Andersen off my own back to find out if this charger really is good value for money. Put this somewhere safe. On the back of it, it's got this little module. This is the LED module, I believe. And then here, this is where the tethered cable rolls up inside. This is the only charger in the market that offers this discreetness for the charging cable. And I think it's the biggest selling factor for these chargers. Why is it security screw bits? I don't know why charger manufacturers do this. They put security screw bits in. I don't know. And you could argue that's why you look at the instructions first, but if you're just turning up on site and your customer's bought one of these, you're not going to know. So tip of the day, make sure you've got a security set for the Andersen. See, this is why a drilling template will come in handy, because it's quite a heavy charger to install compared to some of the others. Most of the EV chargers that I install come with a drilling template, but not this one, and I don't know why, so let's ask Lee.
The template is something we're looking to reintroduce. We had that on the A2, so we've got one with us now that I've shown Adam this morning. It's something that we're probably going to add back into the A3 packaging design, but the A3 packaging design is obviously new, and so is the product. So developing where we put that template is where we're looking at the moment, but the template itself is quite easy to put together.
So what I do is just pass the cable through the gland, hang it, that's where it's going to sit, and then inside here you can see where the cable comes through, and with the charger pushed back as far as it will go, all I do without knocking the camera over is just put a mark there. And that gives me a stripping guide. At this stage I always get some sealant and seal up around the cable, and I'm always over generous with it because it doesn't matter. And then we'll pop the charger back on. Andersen has a starting price of £995 and is rated excellent on Trustpilot, with a total of 936 reviews, 92% being 5 stars, 3% 4 stars, less than 1% 3 stars, less than 1% 2 stars, and 3% 1 star. But you're always going to get that customer. Now if we compare the Andersen on Trustpilot to one which is nearly half the price, such as the wall box, for example, which you can get for about £400 or £500 online, and we refer to Trustpilot, the difference is astronomical. And I'm not just picking on Wallbox here, but this is a great example. Wallbox has 1,053 reviews with a score of 2.3, which is classed as poor. And we have comments such as, Wallbox has no lifespan beyond 3 years. What a worthless company. Bit harsh. I absolutely don't recommend it. Not my words. Cheaply made product and non-existent support. So to me, paying the extra money for a good quality product such as the Andersen, which they will give you a 7-year warranty. Proof's in the pudding. I also got a tour of the production line for the charger, and it's very similar to the Simpson & Charger's setup. I love how the whole thing is put together in this country. I'm a big supporter of UK builder manufacturing. Can we make it So as an installer, why should I recommend Andersen to my clients over other brands?
I think it goes back to when we were talking about the price point of both the A2 and the A3. It was always the high-end offering for me when I was an installer as well. I had a low, middle and a high, and it was always dependent on the type of property that I went to. We do appreciate that if you've got an industrial estate, then the Andersen might not fit in that environment. If you've got an architect built house or a very well finished property, then you're going to want something that looks nice. In addition to that, I think that, again, banging on about the modular design, but something where you can really bespoke your charge point design to your property, whether you want to blend in or you want to stand out. I think that for me is the biggest offering to customers. Obviously, the hidden cable design is something that we've got in the A2 and the A3, which no one else in the industry has got. So we like to think that we're different in that respect. Customers have got a lot of options, and they can change that whenever they want, and that includes the cable assembly as well. So if they want to go for a longer cable on the A2 at some stage, they can do that. Vehicles change. We don't want this to be a charger for one car. It's a charger for your EV adoption generally. So 2, 3, 4 cars down the line, we want this charge point to still be there and still be robust and be able to charge those vehicles. And
that's interesting information about changing the cable as well, because no one else has told me that. So that's a really good, useful information, bit of information for installers to pass on to their clients, that if things do change in the future and they do need a longer cable or the type changes or anything, then that can be adapted.
Yeah, and not only if they just want to upgrade to the 8.5 from the 5.5 that they originally purchased, I think it's the one component that gets used the most. And even with an untethered charge point, that male to female type 2 lead is getting thrown in the boot. It's probably getting a bit more abuse than a tethered cable would, but again, sort of 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, if someone has neglected that cable assembly a little bit too much, then it can be removed by the installer, and say approximately 30 minutes you've got a brand new cable on there. And we sell those parts individually as well. So I think it's something to point out that they can be maintained.
Yeah.
They're not just a fit and forget item.
And another thing is, with the price of the charger, there's other hidden aspects that you may not have taken into account. So a lot of EV chargers only offer a 3-year warranty, while the Andersen,
we are now 7 years. We've got market leading warranty. I think the closest warranty which is offered is a 5-year industry standard. We've gone that little bit above that and gone for the extra 2 years and given you a 7-year warranty on the product as a whole.
And I think with a lot of chargers, manufacturers, if they're willing to provide a 7-year warranty, then that is evident to the quality of the product. Another thing to mention is where this charger is a modular product, and they are used, as Lee mentioned, on like bespoke houses and in architectural designed properties. If the charger that you have bought doesn't quite suit the new house that you may be moving to, the front of it can be replaced and also the sides. So if you move from a brick fronted property and your new home is like a rendered wall, you can change all these parts to suit the new house while keeping the guts of the charger the same. With these top of the range chargers, yes, you are paying a premium price, but you are also getting a premium product, and I personally think that if you're in the market for something like that, it's worth the money. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel.